how you got the first bid you did?
The first bid I did,
was that from books?
That was from books. That was a robbery. That was a robbery too. I ended up catching the robbery right there by dog. Matter of fact, right there by on the dog pound, right off 75th and 22nd Avenue.
Okay.
They end up picking me up a little later by on the sub shop. So I ended up going to prison. I copped out the 6 years. I did 4 off that. And then I ended up catching another 7 years. That's where the 11 years come in at. I did 11 all together. But I came home in I went in 1992 and came home in 1996. And that's when I started talking about, we had the Machiavelli. That where the Veli come in.
That's another thing I was about to say, because 96 was that year. That was my last year at the West, but I remember John Doe really getting their name, really doing their thing. Zopan really doing their thing. Hawk died, and here come Machiavelli.
Right.
Not just the rapper, but the Veli boys. Y'all started on 6-0 and 14. I remember coming from the Scots, because we ain't had a lot of traps like that. Y'all had them y'all had them pillars over there.
Yeah, them pillars.
You know what I'm saying? That's how most shots were when they first jump out there. You want to wheel them in. So y'all had them pillars over there. Ain't that clean? You know
yeah. Everything one-stop shop.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
One-stop shop.
And so when I seen Gigaveli, right, I'm like, hold on, Veli. And then when you went to breaking it down on one of your screens one day, I'm like, oh yeah. It started coming back to me about the store over there. That all of them with the Veli boys or whatever.
Right.
Boa Veli,
Shada Veli, Boa Veli, you know what I'm saying? Joa Veli, Black Veli, which is Fred Ward, you know what I mean? It was rest in peace to K1, Shada Veli, man. Just a lot of us around there, man. Red Dog.
But was y'all having? Sorry to cut y'all. Was y'all having problems with any other surrounding people, or that's just y'all?
No, man. It was all. If you remember, man, that was the Lynch Mob era. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Every 6-1 was 6-1 was knitted up, man. I ain't really from around there. But at the end of the day, the alliances that I had made in the joint through Shantae Ward, you know what I'm saying, through Bo, through Lil Joe, you know what I mean? Them niggas, we clicked up in the joint. So it was like a lot of us that were just coming home from the joint around 95, 96. A lot of us just gravitated to that little, that little era right there. And, at the end of the day, everybody had respect for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like respect for the type of niggas that was congregating in that same little spot. So it wasn't no beef with nobody. You know what I mean? That came along little misunderstandings and shit came on later on down the line. You know what I mean?
And y'all gotta get the book, man. Y'all get the book press, man. You explain a lot of that, tell a lot of that, you know what I'm saying, about what was going on over there. Feel me?
Yeah, and then, for the sake of a lot of people that's no longer here and people that lost families during that particular time, I don't like to really you know what I mean, go too in debt into that or call any names or you know what I mean,
open no old
wounds, man, because a lot of people, there's a lot of homies, a lot of people that's gone, a lot of people doing life, there's a lot of people that's got family members that got got no longer here, man. I got to show respect for them, man. I got to show respect for that, man.
Big respect.
I don't feel like the reason I'm going on and on is I don't feel like if it ain't, we can sit here and talk about me all day long, but when we start talking about situations that may have caused some hurt to somebody that's still hurting because they love when they here, I gotta show respect to them.
That's big respect, and that's maturity too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because a lot of times, like you said, a lot of your blogs was disrespectful. But you say you wasn't like that. You already here, so you had that from a young age.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To stay high that. So that's big ups to that. Shout out to that. Right. You did your little prison sentence. You came home, 96. Y'all Veli boys doing their thing. And that money was all right. But when it comes to doubling up and tripling up, it's time to hit that road.
It's time to get that road. Real Miami boy shit, man. Shout out to all the OGs. The real Miami boys, man, Big Trap, Convertible Bird, Musclehead. There's so many I could start naming, man. That that just paved the way for Miami boys to really go up that road and network the way we network. I don't like to use the word put down because really when you go up that road, you realize that you welcome. Like every city I done been to, every city from North Carolina to Panama City to Tennessee, there was always a welcome. It wasn't never. Now I done heard stories of my homeboys having conflict. I done had a few conflicts. Once you in and you start going against some of the teachings that niggas that start taking niggas up the road tell you, man, it ain't about being seen to be heard. It ain't about being loud. And you get a nigga like me that ain't never had that out of town money, and it's like this money. Ooh,
I remember that first run you had.
Nigga, like ooh. So now I'm breaking my own. I'm breaking rules. So now I'm being flashy. Now I'm fucking niggas hoes. So now that bring envy, bring losity, and losity bring hate, and then that starts wars and that starts conflicts.
Yeah.
But as long as you there and you there for that reason, you getting your paper and you ain't trying to stun on these people town, then they gonna let you. They gonna welcome you in.
Yeah.
But when you start fucking on their baby mamas and hitting their aunties and you getting too loud with it, hey, you already know what come. I just lined it up with all come with that.
Is it safe to say we birthed a lot of these places though? Because the Miami boys was all over. It was getting money here and there.
One of my favorite saying is, you could go to Alaska. And I'm willing to bet you go on one of them TPs or whatever they call them, little ice huts the motherfucker be in, and you'll find a Miami boy in there putting that thing down, man.
Now, believe it or not, I just came from Alaska. I just came from Alaska like 2 years ago.
See what I'm talking about?
And I went to a smoke shop.
See what I'm talking about?
And guess where Buddy was from? He was a Chico. Guess where he was from?
How I live.
The crib.
From the crib.
He was from the crib. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, where you from? I ain't even had told him I was from Miami. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he just felt it, knew it. They were like, yeah, I said, man, where you from, man? Because the way he talked, I could tell.
Right.
He was like, man, my auntie got a little shop over here, man. You know what I'm saying? She paid me to be over here. I hated it over here because I caught the weather. But yeah, you're right. But way in Alaska, boy, I ran into.
That's our birthright, man. I like one thing I noticed after doing a lot of times. I just did these 16 years in the feds, and I had started noticing that like you could go over Miami, you could move around Miami now, and you see a different, like you go in this part of town and it look like you in LA some motherfucking way. You go over here, it look like you in Atlanta. You go over here, it look like you in New York. It's like Miami niggas falling like we lost our swag. So
and we was super swag though.
Yeah, like what the fuck wrong? What was wrong with our shit? We started the Cuban links. We started the Dickie game. We started the donks. You know what I mean? Like what was wrong with now you could go in Broward or down south and see more of real Miami than being actually in the city. I recently been in down south. It feels more like Miami down, like the Miami that I know down south.
That's crazy.
And I talked to a lot of my homeboys and like they're like, damn, what? It's like the old Miami down. And they say, man, the crackers start pushing everybody out the city down south. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, that makes sense. Then you go to Pompano and you go to Lauderdale, you go to Broward, and you look like, damn, this reminds me of Miami. You know what I'm saying? And you see the donks, you see the grills, you see the links, and you see niggas like they outside. You see the 4-wheelers, you see the dirt bikes, you see the jams going on. I'm like, damn, it's like the crib.